check. Scooter check. Skate pants, skate shoes, check. Scooter talents. Scooter talents.
Meet Jesse. He's been riding for more than 3 years and is an Australian scooter champ. Today, he's going to give us some pro tips.
Nice, Jesse. Now we've got all the essential safety equipment, got our helmet and crash pads all there ready to go. Scooter, what else do we need to start scootering?
Pretty much what you want. Smooth surface that you won't fall over on.
Check.
A nice facility like this with lots of ramps. It's got a foam pit that you can learn new tricks on. Just pretty much getting your bearings around and stuff like that.
So we can go and nail the tricks with steez.
Certainly.
Is that what the kids say these days?
Certainly is.
Sick. Let's do it. All right, Jesse, what is the first trick we're going to learn today?
First trick is going to be the bunny hop.
Okay, teach me the basics.
So what you want to do is just pretty much get both wheels off the ground, and yourself. So you're going to be standing on the scooter. Usually when you're riding along, it's a bit easier. But you're going to have both feet on your scooter, and you're going to hold your grips firm, and you're going to lift back and pull up off the ground, and you're going to get some airborne. So pretty much just like getting your back wheel off, and then in the air you center out, and you're going to land level.
Next is a tail whip. I'm going to give this a try, but I fear I'm not going to get it right. How do we master it?
Pretty much just keeping the scooter underneath your feet is easiest to do it. So it's pretty much the deck just doing a 360 underneath you. So it's like the movement of your arms and your feet that you controls the scooter. So pretty much just use your feet to flick it and your arms to bring it around, and you just pretty much just lands underneath your feet.
And you're going to make sure that your foot's above the deck, right?
Yeah, you don't want to hit your shins when you're learning, so it's just best to just stand on flat ground, just practice the motion for a bit until you get comfortable.
I forgot the shin guards.
Oh, well, good luck.
Tips from the pro. Let's do it. Oh man, just after a little bit of scootering, I'm exhausted. We're up to the 360 now. How do we do it?
So 360 is pretty much just you taking off the ramp. So you're using your scooter to go off the ramp, turning your bars and your body at the same time, which makes you spin, like doing the 360. So it involves a fair bit of speed, using a ramp, and away you go, pretty much.
Okay, what's your top tip to nailing the 360?
Going as fast as you can and spinning.
All right, well, show us how it's done. Dude, with absolute hashtag swag. Nice work. Now, we've been seeing some of the basic tricks that you've been doing. What's one of your favourites?
Kickless rewind to kickless rewind.
Sounds pretty intense even just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to execute the trick.
How long does it take you to do it?
About a month.
All right, well, show us your stuff. Nice work. Thanks, man. Hey guys, welcome to another epic episode of Totally Wild. Today we're hanging out at this scooter park and checking out all things scootering. Now, if you thought riding around on two wheels was pretty cool, the tricks that these guys can do will make you stop and pull a face like this. Am I right, or what ridiculous amounts of talent on two wheels? But before we meet these scootering legends, let's see what else we're getting up to today. A lot of good stuff to look forward to. That right now we're in the midst of scooter royalty. If there's anyone that can handle one of these bad boys, it's Jacko. Nice work, Jacko. Man, how did you get so good at scootering?
Just practicing a lot, trying to commit to tricks, watching videos, doing all that kind of stuff.
Do you ever get nervous pulling big tricks? Because for me, I think I get terrified.
Well, the first time I'm really scared of doing the trick, but as soon as I do it once, I'm just determined to get it, and the fear just goes away.
You're just like a dog, really focused on it.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Where do you find your cool tricks?
Off the internet, I watch people and friends and stuff, and as soon as they land it, I try it straight after them, and just hopefully I land it.
Oh, that is cool. That is really cool. Now, no doubt there are plenty of kids out there that want to get into scootering and want to be as good as you. What advice would you give them?
Well, go get a scooter, keep practicing, watch some videos, get a trick which you might want to try, and just try to stick by that one trick and just keep trying to learn it. You just got to keep practicing and practicing and practicing the same trick over and over.
It sounds like there's a lot of hard work in this, hey?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, I will let you get back to scootering so you can show us some of your awesome tricks.
All right, cheers.
pretty sure you could probably sit there and watch these riders all day, but we've got a whole bunch of other stories to show you, starting with an animal that smells like popcorn. Intrigued? Well, Alex is here to enlighten you. How cute are greyhounds? I want to adopt one. Okay, it's time for more scootering action. We've got Jacko here again. Jacko, you're pulling off some really cool moves there before. Is your scooter magical or something?
No, my scooter's not really magical. I just try to keep it at like top position, like tighten everything after every ride, and just try to keep it perfect.
I suppose the scooter is like an extension of your body.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, let's talk about competitions. You're obviously pretty good and you compete with some of the guys. What are some of the tricks that those guys are pulling off?
They're pulling off like backflips, inwards, or like the hard tricks, like top of the range tricks.
So I suppose you're learning constantly from those guys too.
Yeah, every single time they're trying a trick, I'm trying it as well.
Now, what do you have to do in the competition to win points?
Alright, you gotta have like style, consistency, big tricks, all the like stuff. You gotta get everything, like try not to stack one thing and just get everything like perfect.
I suppose you got to be flowy as well.
Yeah, very flowy.
Okay, what is your favourite trick at the moment?
The backflip drop in.
Oh, it even sounds really cool. Run me through it. How did you get to that stage?
Well, like first I learned how to backflip and get all like backflip stuff on lock, and then one day I just wanted to try it. I stood on top and I just like tried to bounce and backflip.
So how long did it take you to nail this?
5 attempts.
What, 5 times? You are a prodigy.
Yeah, it's a weird trick to learn because it's like you got to stay on top. You can't actually go into the start off top of the ramp. You got to actually bounce into the ramp.
And did you hurt yourself on the way doing this?
Yeah, I did a couple times.
I suppose that's the downside to scootering, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I suppose that's why you've got your stack hat and your crash pads and all that sort of stuff here. How do you come back from being hurt and being injured? It must be pretty hard to come back from that sort of stuff.
Well, I go get a bit of ice or something and just sit down for 10 minutes and then I just go back and try it again.
So I suppose when you're first starting out, you shouldn't be trying all those massive tricks.
No, just start off simple and work your way up.
Words from the professional. Oh, how good was that? Seriously, I could watch these guys all day, but unfortunately, that's all the time we have. We'll see you next time here on Totally Wild.
Hey, I'm Brejnakowski. I'm a BMX rider from the Gold Coast, and today I'm going to teach you one of the most important tricks in BMX, the bunny hop. So basically the bunny hop is just launching your bike up into the air using a few simple steps. So first off, you need to lift the front tyre off the ground. To do this, lean back over your back tyre and then pull up on the handlebars. The next step is getting the back wheel off the ground. To do this, you want to shift your weight to the front of the bike using your arms to push forward. So once you're confident with those 2 steps, you want to tie it all together and actually get your bike off the ground. For this, you'll want to shift your weight smoothly from back to front using your arms to lift the bike off the ground. As you bring your front tyre up, you want to launch your weight into the air using your hands pushing up and forward, and the bike should follow. Then land squarely on top of your bike with both tyres landing at the same time. At first, you might not be getting off the ground very high, but keep at it because practice makes perfect. Remember to always wear your helmet in case you come off, and then once you've got that, you can move on to bigger and better things that involve the bunny hop.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're hanging out at this skate park and we're doing all things BMX. We're joined by one of the world's best BMX riders, Kyle. Thank you very much for joining us.
No problem.
Now, how are you one of the world's best BMX riders?
A lot of time and effort, mate, go into it.
Yeah, I reckon you're going to show us some really cool tricks.
Definitely.
I am so pumped for it. Okay, before we see some of his sweet moves, let's see what else is happening on today's show. Oh yes, it looks like it's going to be a cracker of a show. I'm ready to see some ridiculously good BMX tricks. Okay, Kyle, what are we going to see today?
Well, I'm going to give you a little treat. I'm going to show you a flail.
Flail. It sounds like a little bird.
Oh, not quite, but It's a front flip flare, they call it, you know, flail. But everyone goes upside down backwards, and I'm going to give you a little treat and show you one forward.
Oh man, that was insane. How did you build up to that?
Well, just a lot of time, man. Just being on the bike and just obviously coming one with it, you know?
It's obviously not a trick that kids can do straight off the bat.
Yeah, it's not a trick. Like they can just get up on the bike and be like, oh, you know, I've seen someone else do that, I can do that. It takes a lot of time, and it's just, you know, building the little bits, you know, like being able to be dialed, riding and stuff. So that's just what they got to do.
What advice would you give to kids out there that want to get into BMXing and want to be as good as you, a world champ?
Well, kids can be as good as me, you know, it just takes time and effort. It's all about continually learning every day of what you did wrong the day before, you know? And you're never going to get to a bit where you're like, I'm the best, you know, because there's a million people doing the same thing as you.
So coming to a place like this is pretty good for kids who are starting out.
Yeah, definitely. The GC compound has actually just hooked it up very right, you know? It takes foam pit, do the trick. Obviously, resi gives that little bit of, I don't know, a mental state where, oh, I can do it, you know? And then wood, need to get it done if you want to take it overseas and whatnot.
Spoken like a true professional.
That's how it is.
Man, thank you very much for hanging out with us. It's been really cool seeing your cool moves.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, we're going to check out more BMX action, but this is first for your viewing pleasure. We're down here at the skate park, and we're speaking to Logan. Now, Logan, you are a champion BMX rider. How long have you been riding for, and how'd you get into it?
I've been riding for 7 years, coming up 7 years. We moved close to the skate park, so my brother went down, and then it was sort of like, he's like, come down, hang out. Like, went down, hung out, and it was sort of like the hangout spot for like after school and stuff, so sort of just progressed off there.
So you're learning the basics at that skate park?
Yeah, so like I wasn't just trying to send myself and hurt myself, so I was just sort of like learning to drop in, like learning one hand. It's like all the little tricks first, yeah.
And that's the advice you'd probably give to kids who are getting into this sport. They want to learn the basics first so you don't get hurt.
Yeah, learn the basics and always wear a helmet.
Yeah, that's very important. Now, one thing I noticed with your bike, something quite peculiar. Mate, you don't have any brakes. What's the deal?
I don't know, I just like it brakeless. Like it just, when I grab onto my bars and stuff, there's nothing in the way, nothing to like accidentally grab onto and like stop me straight away. So yeah, I just like it brakeless.
Obviously, you wouldn't recommend that to kids just starting out there, right?
Yeah, no, if you're just starting off, have brakes for sure.
Now, let's talk about competitions, because obviously you've competed in quite a few. How do you score points?
So you just got a whole skate park to use. The more you use, the more points you get. The more consistent you are, the more points you get. It just all combines into like a score out of 100. So
it sounds like that's the best part of doing all of this, hey?
Yeah, it's super fun just traveling around the world and riding contests. It's the best.
Oh wow! So where have you been in the world?
I've been to America a few times. I've been to France a few times. England, just everywhere.
Oh, that is really cool. Now, mate, I saw a foam pit over there before. Is there any chance you can teach me how to launch into it?
I could definitely teach you how to do it.
Let's do it. Cool. Okay, Logan, I'm starting to regret this idea. What do I need to do?
Just make sure you hold on tight. Bend your knees as you roll in. Pedal along the ground, and you'll go up the ramp perfect.
Okay, what do I need to do with the bike once I'm in the air?
Just hold on to it, and it'll be fine.
Mate, that's very easy coming from someone who's done this obviously 1,000 times.
Yeah, I've done it a fair few times.
Okay, let's do this. Intense, obviously not as good as Logan, but still really good fun. Unfortunately, guys, that's all we have time for. So it's time for us to ride on out of here. And if you want to check out any other episodes, template.com.au. See you next time. How do I get out of here?
Hi guys, my name is Fahey and I'm a professional BMX rider. One of the tricks that everybody likes to see is the backflip, and today I'm going to teach you how to do it. Firstly, when learning the backflip, it's always a good idea to try to the foam pit first, because even with protective gear on, you can still manage to hurt yourself.
Also, before giving it a go, it's a really good idea to be able to get lots of air, do the big jumps and feel confident on your bike. Now that you're ready for the backflip, you need to make sure that you're going really fast. So when you get to the top of the jump, you want to pull back like you're doing a manual and sit over your back tire in a comfortable position. Leave your arms locked in place and put your head straight back. Once you're in the air, the ground will come to you quickly, so don't freak out, just hold on to your bike and stay in position. Once you've completed the flip, you want to spot where you're going to land and brace yourself for impact. Now, even though backflips look impressive, they aren't actually as hard as they look. Just always commit and be confident on your bike. Always wear your safety gear, practice to the foam, and stay within your skill level.